our female student athletes, Mercy Chelangat. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Appreciate it. The NCAA cross country national champion here in Stillwater in March of 21, runner-up last season, and also an individual NCAA champion in the 10,000 meters. Katelyn Tuohy from NC State, individual champion in the 5,000, a 6-time All-American, including a 2-time cross-country All-American. And Parker Valby from Florida, the 2021 SEC Freshman Runner of the Year, and also a 21 All-American, and the 2022 SEC Cross-Country Runner of the Year. So if you guys and girls are ready, we'll go ahead and start with questions for the student athletes. Just raise your hand and Tony will come to you.
Yeah, this question is for Mercy. I know you ran this course. You won it a few years ago. What do you remember about that course, and how can you use that knowledge to maybe repeat this year?
I just remember that the course was a little bit hilly than the one that I've been to before, but I feel like coming back here is just having run it before. It's a little bit, I don't know. I'm just excited to be here. Yeah.
More questions?
Thank you. Dave Hunter, Track and Field News. Katelyn, your team has had an amazing run this fall. They've been ranked #1 in the weekly polls. They've won all their races, and you as an individual also are undefeated. So obviously that's got to be strengthening the confidence for you and for your team. But my question is that accompanied at all by any stress, any pressure, and how do you and your team deal with that?
Yeah, I think we're all feeling a little bit of pressure because of the rankings and just winning last year, but I think we all kind of go in with the mindset that the pressure is privilege. So, we're grateful to be here, and we're going to make the most of this opportunity lining up against the best runners in the country tomorrow.
Thank you.
Hi, Jonathan Gold here from Let'sRun.com. Question for Parker. You've had a lot of success, run some really fast times this year, but the course on Saturday is going to be a bit hillier than the ones you've had success on so far. I'm wondering, how do you feel like you handle hills? Will that be advantage, disadvantage for you?
I'm just going to try my best and see what happens.
Do you consider yourself a good hill runner?
I mean, I'm honestly haven't run a lot of courses with hills, but I don't see them as a disadvantage to me.
Hey, I'll ask this to each of you guys. We can start over there on that side with Mercy. Is there a part of this course that's more challenging than the rest of it?
I don't think so. I think it's more hilly than most of the courses, but I think that's fine with me. So it's a fun course, I guess.
Katelyn, do you feel the same way? Is there an aspect of this course that's more challenging than other parts of it?
Yeah, obviously the hills are going to be tough tomorrow, but I think we're all running the same course, same conditions. So honestly, I think it kind of just comes down to how the race plays out. It could either be, like a kick to the finish or a long grind. So it really depends on the day.
Mark, how about you?
I mean, today was my first time seeing the course. I think for every uphill, there's a downhill, so it's pretty evens out.
Sure. Thanks, guys.
Katelyn, how is your hamstring feeling? I think you might have tweaked it a little bit at regionals. I was just curious how you're feeling today.
Oh yeah, it's feeling really good. I was able to practice all week. I didn't really injure it at regionals. Just kind of, like you said, I just tweaked it a little bit, but I think it's 100% and I'm ready to go tomorrow.
Going to ask all three of you to answer this question about the weather conditions here. Your schools are located in places that maybe aren't used to having this kind of weather this early as we enter in the winter season. So how do you deal with that? And let's start maybe with Mercy.
I feel like for the weather, we cannot change it. So it is what it is. So you just have to deal with it.
Katelyn?
Yeah, I think tomorrow we're all just gonna have to be pretty careful with how we warm up and make sure we warm up properly because it is gonna be pretty cold and windy. But yeah, I've run in conditions like this before, so I'm not really worried about it.
Parker, you're from Florida, so what do you think?
Hey, contrary to popular belief, it does get cold in Florida sometimes. When we left, it was like 45 degrees. But again, I'm with them. We're all running in the same conditions, so it should be fine.
Thank you.
Question for Parker and Katelyn. This year's NCAA championships, I think, probably has more attention on it in the women's individual race than any I can recall in recent memory. A lot of it's based on your performances. You're both undefeated this fall. I'm wondering, how do you deal with expectations, pressure, all the attention that comes with this meet?
I guess I'll go first. Yeah, I think there is a lot of attention, especially on our names. But if I'm being honest, I think there's a lot of competitive women in the field tomorrow that shouldn't be counted out. But yeah, I think it's going to be a dogfight, but I'm excited for it. I think, that's what makes the sport kind of thrilling is when there's a lot of competition on the individual side. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's hyping me up and getting me excited. So
I'm with her. I'm just taking it as another race. Excited for it. Excited to see what happens.
More questions in the room?
And a question for Katelyn. I'm just wondering, do you feel like you've had to go to the well yet in a cross-country race? It seems like you've been pretty controlled in a lot of your races. So how hard have you had to push to win those races?
Yeah, I feel like I haven't, like redlined or anything yet this season. Yeah, we've run kind of every race the same, like packing up in the beginning, then just, once you get to 4 or 5K, just picking it up, tightening the screws and like finishing hard because we're just practicing for tomorrow, I guess, because, I feel like once we hit, 4 or 5K, the pace is going to pick up a lot on the hills. So, yeah, I think tomorrow might be the hardest I push myself this season, but, that's how it's supposed to be.
If there are no more questions in the room, we'll Gavin, one more.
Katelyn, you're the reigning NCAA champion at 5,000 outdoors. So tell us how you make that transition from the track with your good leg speed over 5K to running this race tomorrow, or is there not much of a difference in the way you approach this?
Yeah, I don't know if there's much more of a difference. I think the biggest difference is just, the team aspect of it. We're fighting for a team title tomorrow, so I guess just working, with my teammates in the beginning of the race and finding each other and kind of having them in the back of my mind.
Thank you.
Any more questions in the room before we go to Zoom? No. Gavin?
All right, our first question from Zoom is going to come from Ricky Quintana. All right, thank you. This question is from Parker Valby. Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Well, hi, Parker. I had the privilege of watching you run in high school, and I've noticed just your fitness has been remarkable. And can you talk a little bit about your training? I noticed that you put on some muscle, and just so much to know about your training and how you balance can you get into a little bit of specifics of your training and how you've managed to just be, transform yourself to one of the top runners in the country?
Yeah, well, I didn't run a whole lot in high school. I honestly didn't take running very seriously. And I was running 20, 30 miles a week. So just upping my mileage has helped tremendously with fitness. And then adding cross-training into that has helped a lot.
All right, anything else from Zoom? Can I get a follow-up with her? Sure. Can talk about the course and how you prepared? I know Chris Linsky, your coach, back in the day when he was running in high school, he had an opportunity to run in Florida, and he trained in trash bags when he did that. What are some of the things that you are doing to prepare for the hills that you're going to face tomorrow?
I've been training on. We have a golf course, and Gainesville actually is pretty hilly. There are a lot of hills in Gainesville, so I've been preparing for it.